guys, welcome back to Black, White, and the Grays. I'm Kylie, and this here is Bluebell. She is our farm stand that we have affectionately named. We put a little thing out on social media last year, and my aunt suggested Bluebell because it's a flower, and she's blue, and it's adorable. So her name is Bluebell. So if you hear me talking about Bluebell, here she is. The title of this video is $400 farm stand. It's true because we bought her for 350 bucks and we had a lot of scraps. The tin from her roof came from my parents' old roof that they replaced, and so did the greenhouse, so did the market gardens, and the retaining wall of the greenhouse. That's all the tin you see around here was recycled from my parents' roof when they got a new one. It's gone a long way. So for Bluebell, all we had to purchase 2 4x4s because we had 2 already, were for the brackets. So we have like these U brackets, which I'll take you get closer. You can kind of see one right there. It's painted, sort of, not very good, but it is painted, and it just has some bolts, the 4x4 to the trailer. Now we didn't have any plans, but I'm gonna insert some picture inspiration. I couldn't find plans on the internet for this farm stand, but it's pretty simple, and I'll show you some different shots that really kind of, you can see how we built it, and I'll insert a bunch of pictures in this area as I'm talking, so that way you can kind of see where it was. And it was just myself, my dad, and my husband. We built this, and then my mom came along and we painted the white. So it was kind of a family event. We all worked on it, and it didn't take very long. It was so fun. I'm gonna do some modifications this year, and I'm gonna get to that in a bit to make it a little more useful. Basically, everything we used for her was scrap wood. We had 2 4x4s, we had some 2x6s, we had the 1x2s that we used, and some scrap pieces of plywood because we ran out of 1x2. She's kind of piecemealed together, but I think it gives her character because, I mean, she's rustic already, so you might as well just give her some more character. I love this thing. So we didn't have any plans. I had this idea, and then I realized it wasn't an original idea because there's a bunch of farm stands that are made out of an old pickup bed truck thing, but I couldn't find anybody who gave me detailed plans, and I scoured the internet. So maybe this year there are a bunch, but we kind of just flew out of the seat of our pants and built it. It's a pretty simple build. I think this just suits us very well. It's just old rustic character Bluebell, you know? And can you say Bluebell without a southern accent? I don't think so. Well, you can kind of see what we used for our shelving last year. We used a bunch of hay bales, and that worked fine, and we'll still probably use hay bales, but we eventually want to be a little more profesh-ish. The inspiration, there are a few farms, and one sister knew of this farm, and I had just found the farm stand, and she was like, oh, that's Five Mary's farm. It's down in California. Theirs was pretty simple, and you could kind of tell how they built it, and we just kind of went off of that. Everybody has their own unique style, and I think that's cool because you get different. Ours is a Dodge, but you get like, everybody has a different thing. And I've even seen more modern ones made out of Toyotas. So that was our inspiration. Originally, we wanted to park her at the end of our driveway, which is right here. We live in a unique area where we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We're 8 miles from the closest town, which doesn't sound far, but the town we're closest to is like 1,800 people. So when you live in a small town that's 1,800 people, but then live 8 miles south of it, putting a farm stand at the end of your driveway, I mean, I got some neighbors that were regulars, but on some days I would just leave it. Some days I would sit down there, and it just ended up not being worth my time because it was just dull. My best day I did like 40 bucks, and one was from my neighbor right across the street, and then another sale was from a really loyal customer that kind of comes to wherever we pop up at. And then after that it was like 5 bucks here, 5 bucks there, a lot of $0 days. And so filling the farm stand every single day with fresh veggies and keeping it stocked just for $0 was discouraging, and also like I realized it just wasn't worth my time and effort, because why waste my time harvesting for $0 when I'm just going to give it to the chickens? That was our whole goal for last year. We were going to just sell at the end of the driveway, which was a flawed business plan because of our location. Like I just told you, it was just not great. But we also had planned on doing pop-ups, and the thing our pop-ups did we did really well with pop-ups. And when I say pop-ups, it was like, hey, we're going to be in town this week. We'd probably have maybe 2 weeks notice to put it on social media and online and all the things, and then we'd show up there, and we did actually really well. We got our name around, so if you're local and you've seen this little blue farm stand out and about in town, that's us. We're Dragonfly Station, and we pop up here and there. We have flowers, or we have our annual Mother's Day sale. We do the Coop and Garden tour. We do a lot of things around town, and we're going to be bumping that up significantly now that we have an employee. Bluebell will be going to town a lot more this year. So anytime Bluebell will be out and about this year will be a pop-up where we have an event location that has been announced. This year it'll hopefully be, our pop-ups will be like at least 3 weeks in advance or 2 weeks. I don't know. I can't make any promises, but we'd love to go at least once a month with an employee. We may be able to bump that up to 2 times a month. We'll have to see how it goes. And then of course we do events here on the farm that Bluebell set up for, but we're just gonna, the farm stand at the end, we're nixing the farm stand at the end of the driveway. It just wasn't worth my time. Now, I say this, I have the right to change my mind. If I decide to throw her out at the end of the driveway and just on a Friday or something and put some veggies or flowers out, I have the right to change my mind, okay? So we decided to put her at the end of the driveway, and this is why, because I don't think I explained this very well, is in our tiny little town, there is no market. There is nothing for local farmers. There's nothing. Last year, I have a friend, a fellow farmer, which there's not many in this area because it's kind of a harsh climate to grow in, so a lot of people aren't crazy enough to do it, but I had another farmer friend, and they started up a market, and we popped up there once, and that was pretty good for us. We did better actually in town. Kind of learned from theirs. Theirs was also a little bit out of town, but it was still better than at the end of the driveway. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wasn't our best day, but it was not too shabby. We don't have anything available in the town, and I know there's like rumors or rumblings around town that there might be a market that comes once in the summer or maybe once a month. We'll see. Otherwise, we're just there is a restaurant that we've popped up before, and they were very good to us. They were just very kind. And they were great hosts, and I think we brought in a lot of business for them. So that was encouraging for me to see, because I don't want to be a burden to somebody. I don't want to park somewhere and use their water for our flowers and all of that. So parking somewhere that you're not a burden for and that they loved having you, and now we're welcome back anytime. We created that relationship. We'll definitely be utilizing that again this year. And maybe we'll just create a farmer's market in town. I have a hard time committing to things like that because I don't know what it's going to be like having interns and steady volunteers and steady employees, because I've never had that before. And I think this year's going to look a lot differently. And I think I've talked about in almost every video, and Trey and I talked about it in our goals, that with hiring an employee, we're so nervous and it's terrifying, but it opens up so many opportunities to us that weren't there before. And so with having Bluebell, I'm keeping my options open because I don't know where it's going to lead. And I'm just kind of following the Lord and what he has in store for us and this farm and for our family and our employee and everything that we're doing this year. I'm just going to follow the Lord because I don't know what else to do, because this is all new to me. I am so green in this market gardening world and flower farming world that I have no idea what I'm doing. So I guess it could be a benefit that I live in a tiny town that doesn't have a market, and they don't really, the nearest market from my exact farm is a 45-minute drive. And I'm not hauling old Bluebell down that mountain. We live up in a mountain. We're at an elevation of 4,300 to 4,400 feet. And the closest market is down a mountain range, 1,000 feet down. So I don't really want to haul her down the highway to the town, and I like to stick to home. And I think how cool would it be to be able to, I want to bring a community that doesn't have anything like this available. I want to bring that community, I want to bring it to this community. I want this community to experience farm fresh local food, even if we live in a climate that isn't great for it. I want to bring them farm cut flowers. I want to bring them bouquets and those options, because if we have to drive 40 minutes to the nearest town to get those options, to the nearest large town to get those options, I feel like, how special would it be to have it of your own? I want to be something our town is proud of. And I think so far they are, but I don't think a lot of people know about us just because we're so new. This is our second year. So I hope if you're local, you'll come out and support us in all the things we do. Oh, we have a website. Yes! So anything we take Bluebell to and any event we have here on the farm, we will be posting it on our website. I will link it below, but it's dragonflystation.com. That is our farm name. We are Dragonfly Station, even though our channel is Black, White, and the Grays. I know it can be a little confusing, but we chose to keep it Black, White, and the Grays because we do have family things on this channel as well. We do have different things. It's not just solely our farm. And so it's a little more personal than a business. But you can follow us at dragonflystation.com, and I am updating it all the time for different events that we're going to be for sure at. I won't have anything announced on that website until it's set in stone. So I'm going to take you around her so you can kind of get a better look at her. And tell you a little bit about some of our future plans I have for her. So bear with me as I take you off the tripod. Oh, that wasn't so bad. She's still got some mishmash in her from last year. Okay, so right here is, I have seen some plans, or not plans, I've seen some other farm stands that have staggered shelves, which I think is super cute, but I want them to be removable because she is a portable farm stand and we do take her on a few little highways, well, some major highways to get to pop-ups. I want to be able to put them inside so they don't fly out, or I just don't want to risk anything. And get some shelves all the way around her so that way she kind of just has a lot more storage, and then customers can shop her. We do have a bunch of hooks that we put on her for flowers and different things that we were selling, and that works great, but we just need more. People can literally shop the trailer, which I think is going to be cool. So these brackets are what I'm talking about. They need a better paint job, obviously. I need to add at least one more, or maybe additional 2, just for security purposes, so that way I know she's not going to go anywhere. I was just like, well, okay, this one time, this is just between us, okay? I don't even know if I told Trey this. This one time, luckily it was in my own driveway. It was just right up here. I was pulling her out, and I guess I didn't have the thing hooked onto the hitch, and I was just moving her. I was gonna set her up at the end of the driveway, and I guess I didn't have her hooked up to the hitch right. She fell off the hitch, biffed it, and the whole roof went whoosh. Okay, yep, can't have that happening again. I feel like she's never been the same since. So we need to spruce that up. We need to really secure that in. So having shelves here that we could place in, I think would be really great. Adding the brackets and getting some, I don't know, making some things that hold bouquets. I don't know if we would get like brackets for mason jars here and put them here. I don't know. We got a lot of options, and I want to be unique to our farm and also do it kind of on a budget because I don't really like spending a crap ton of money. I mean, I bought my whole farm stand for like 350 bucks and then 400 bucks with a few parts and stuff. So that is the plan. We are super excited for her. You'll see her around town if you're a local, and we will definitely be doing more videos. I want to be really transparent with you guys and tell you the different struggles that we're having with having a mobile farm stand, and hopefully we don't have too many. Hopefully it's just a lot of fun and we learn a lot and we have a ball and we make a killing. That's the goal, at least, right? All right, guys, well, thanks for following along with us. Stay tuned to see all of our adventures with Bluebell, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys. As we affectionately, whoops, and my aunt suggested Bluebell, so thank you, Aunt Margaret. Ah, good grief. We painted, oh my gosh, and we